Hi, everyone. My name's Steven. I'm a third-year PhD student here at Columbia, and today I'm just going to be talking to you about some of the couples housing and family housing options available to students. So just to jump right into it, in terms of logistics, you have to be deemed eligible by the University Housing Office um, as a couple or a family. And so for Maggie and I, shown here on the right, um, we had to either be on the same lease or have a bank account that was joint for at least 6 months, or physically be married. So in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we moved from, we were on the same lease. And so then we were easily able to transition into a couples housing unit here. So in the process, you get to select your price range. So if you want to be a little more conservative, you can go on the lower end of the price range. But if your significant other maybe has a job in the city and you can afford something more, you can go further up in the price range. You also get to select a preferred housing style. So whether or not you'd be open to a studio versus a 1-bedroom. Then you would eventually in the summer receive a housing offer to which you can say yes or no. If you say yes and you find out that it's not quite the space that you'd like, you can also transfer once you're in the system. It's really an easy and straightforward process. Then you get to also select a move-in date. So that tends to be in late July to the end of August. So this is, I guess, an example of what my offer was. So just to break it down, I was accepted. Let's see, accepted. Give the address. Says if it's 1-bedroom or studio, square footage. Most apartments now have floor plans, but at the time I moved in, this apartment did not. It says which floor in the building you're on, if there's an elevator, some other information here. And then you can also select a move-in period here, or a date in this period. So on paper, this is my apartment. So you can see down here is the island of Manhattan. And so we're in like a Manhattanville. I would certainly say West Harlem. We're really right on the river. So break it down further. We're really close to 125th Street. So I'd like to point out a few things on this map. So we're about 5 blocks north of campus. Groceries are right up here, about 3 blocks away. I also climb at an indoor climbing gym right here, about 3 blocks away. And my walk to work passes the Grant Memorial and Riverside Church, both of which are completely beautiful. So based on, I guess, some other logistics of the apartment, it's a 1-bed, 1-bath. It's about 620 square feet. My fiance and I split about $2,200 a month, which is, I would like to say, completely doable on the stipend that we're given as grad students. I'm on a 5th floor without an elevator, and I have relatively tall ceilings and a set of bay windows, which are beautiful. So some of the main differences of the apartment that I lived in Raleigh is that we don't have in-unit laundry and the trash disposals in the basement. We also don't have a dishwasher. The AC unit is a window unit, but I'll say in comparison to Raleigh, this is a much less important point. In Raleigh, it got really hot and humid, so AC was kind of a different beast down there. So just a quick intro into the apartment. The entrance is right here, shown as this door. This is my closet here. We have 2 closets in the apartment. We installed this storage along the foyer, which has turned out to be a really good use of space, kitty litter and trash, and then just a monthly calendar. So then if you turn the camera here, you would see 3 individual rooms. This is the bathroom, this is into the living room, and this is into the bedroom. And we're looking at the kitchen here. So some coffee mugs, that sort of thing. So focusing on the kitchen and then into the living room. The kitchen, it's a smaller than standard stove, but this isn't the case for every apartment. It kind of depends on the fitting. Good size sink. Some apartments have larger, some also have smaller, but this is, I would say, completely on par with what I had in North Carolina. We installed some more shelf space or hanging space, and then a prep area here. One of the big features of New York kitchens, and you'll find this in a lot of places, is that the table space is fairly limited, and so you kind of get to make do with adding some new space or getting creative. So this is into the living room here. So typically this area is clear or more clear, and it's kind of used as a kitchen prep area. It's a little messy day, but there's a lot of great natural lighting. I love the tall ceilings because I feel like it really opens up the room. And then in this living room, there's 3 relatively large windows, 2 on this side here, one is shown here, show to other apartment buildings, and then this window here shows to Riverside Park, the Hudson River, and then eventually New Jersey, which is really pretty. So then this is into the bedroom. Straight ahead, you have your bay windows. We've installed a little like breakfast kitchen area or a breakfast table area. We get a lot of great natural lighting so we can wake up in the morning. You'll notice here is a standing wardrobe. Just because we do have 2 closets, we wanted some additional space. And over here is the view from the fire escape. So you can hardly see it. Camera really doesn't do it justice, but you get this beautiful view of the Hudson River. And then you can see some of the buildings in Jersey outside of it, and then part of Riverside Park. So here's the bathroom. You'll notice a sleeping cat. Thumper enjoys that. So some more shelf space for storage. I think the real takeaway here is that it's good natural lighting. It's white, so it kind of like keeps everything bright. And then you've got a bathtub too, which is really nice. And then here's a few other pictures of my cats, or Maggie and I's cats. Yeah, Thumper and then Bambi. And they enjoy their cat hammock for sure. This is definitely a more logistical slide. In terms of like mailroom, trash, and laundry, they're all in building, which is really nice. So if you get a package delivered, they might deliver it in the mailroom. A lot of times they'll also deliver it at your apartment door on whatever the 5th floor or 3rd floor, or wherever you are. So there's kind of a convenience factor there. I also really appreciate in laundry in the basement because we don't have room for it in our bedroom. But it's also a really important point to say that shared laundry is very different in this sort of apartment building than you would traditionally think of in a dorm room. We don't, or people are very timely and they don't like take stuff out and leave it on top of the laundry unit, that sort of thing. So a few like highlights of why I love my apartment. There's 7 windows in all. There's a set of bay windows, so there's a ton of natural light and you get some great views. We have a bathtub rather than just a standing shower, which I really appreciate. There's a large bedroom and there's 2 closets. The bedroom also has space for the standing wardrobe for storage. I'm about a 2-minute walk from the subway, which is incredibly convenient. I can't actually hear it, which is also nice. So I'm in a kind of a quiet area in the island or on the island. Mail and laundry's in building. Our basement actually has a restaurant, a Thai restaurant that has happy hour and open mic nights. It makes everything really fun and lively and convenient for when friends want to go out. Also, all the walls are really brick, so it's difficult to hear what your neighbors are doing. It feels like you're kind of in a house. Like I grew up on a ranch, so you didn't really hear your neighbors. It feels much more like that than I would have ever expected from New York. So I'm really happy with it. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to reach out if you guys have questions. Thanks.